Your father can enter into a partnership with a spirit and use his authority over you as a father to drag you into that bargain. Of course, that spirit will come for you even though you are born again. Your born again status in no way scratch that issue. Justification within that legal framework is the act where the judge declares the accused not guilty. In other contexts, justification will simply mean to provide the grounds or basis for something. Every time there is a need for justification, it means there is a case. But because of how we use justification theologically in terms of our salvation, sometimes we confuse that to think that simply because we are justified before God through the death of Jesus on the ground of the sin of man against God, that has covered all other possible cases of accusations. And that is where we have problem. If, for example, you have a personal problem with someone, and that is a big issue, and this is a great personality, and that issue has been resolved, that does not mean you cannot have problem with somebody else, that they will have to bring the case before this judge. So the fact that the case of our damnation and eternal separation with God has been addressed through the death of Jesus and our faith in Christ does not mean if there are other issues, those ones will not apply. They will apply. You can be a Christian, and as a Christian, you are saved, you are justified, but you can do something that is wrong towards another believer. Does that mean simply because you are a Christian and you are justified before God, this one is also covered? No. This one is a case against you, and it has to be addressed. You can also borrow money from an unbeliever and refuse to pay them, and it can result to a problem, and you are indebted to them. The fact that you are born again, tongue talking, does not change the fact that you are owing the unbeliever. It's a case against you. So we can have all kinds of cases left, right, center, independent of our salvation. Do you get that now? Your father can enter into a partnership with a spirit and use his authority over you as a father to drag you into that bargain. Of course, that spirit will come for you even though you are born again. Your born again status in no way scratch that issue. That issue is valid in court, and if you ignore it, that issue will affect you. So each of the cases have to be dealt on their own terms. Now, our salvation in Christ gives us a huge advantage because of the salvation and the justification through our faith in Christ, we now have a relationship with God. And on the basis of that relationship, we can use it to handle other things because we have connection upstairs. And that connection can be used in other petty matters here and there. But if you don't decide to use that connection, these petty matters will molest you because they are legal issues. If you ignore those legitimate claims simply because you are saved, you are not walking in wisdom. And your human experience will educate you very soon that you are wrong in that position you are holding.